everyone, welcome to the Artisan Studio. I am Laura and I am here to do an awesome deck review. I have the deck Nicoletta Ceccoli's Tarot. Oh, sorry, glare. Ooh, there we are. It's a really lovely deck. It's based off of Nicoletta Ceccoli. I think that's how you say it. Some people say it's Ceccoli. I think it's Ceccoli. But it's based off of her artwork. And Lo Scarabeo put it together, and it just comes in this little box. Now it's kind of like a compilation of her works, and like she didn't design the painting specifically for the tarot. Lo Scarabeo, I think, just kind of came in and kind of chose, or she was part of the process maybe, and they just chose works that were already completed, and she was showing in galleries, and they put this tarot deck together. So in that respect, you know, it's a really cool deck, awesome art deck. But yeah, there's some cons to it as well. I didn't realize that actually when I first got the deck. This is actually the backing here. And yeah, so there's some pros and there's some cons about the deck. Pro is it's, you know, you're getting someone's artwork in tarot, you know, so that's cool. Functional art. That's pretty hip, and her paintings are really beautiful. I'll just show you some of the images here. She has a very surreal nature. Very dreamlike. Con is that not all the cards really work for the tarot. Like, I don't think they're a very good match. Not all of them. Some of them are really great, and others, in my opinion, like just from just a little bit I've been working with the deck, some of them are, you know, not as great. So I'll show you some of the ones that are the cons, and then I'll show you my pros. So for cons, the Seven of Wands here, for me, is a bit of a con. That's usually like in the tarot Rider Waite kind of thing, deck, nothing. It's late. You know, it's usually someone kind of defending against other wands. And here it's like someone about to get a spanking. And for me, it's just, I just don't see the Seven of Wands that way. And so for me, every time I see this card, I'm like, I cringe a little bit, because I'm like, how do I wrap my head around this one? So I have a bit of tricky times with that one. Here's another, the Ace of Swords. You know, for me, I usually see it as like light of inspiration, you know, new thoughts and plans and ideas, you know, not yet put into action or anything. It's just a thought. But usually thoughts are a little more positive, and this one's definitely more on that negative. And it's about kind of, I think this one's about taking advantage of people, so I don't really want to start it off that way. The Sun, it's a really cool card, and like all these cards, I love the artwork. I'm just, I guess for archetypes, just trying to feel out like what I know for tarot. It's a little bit of a tricky transition to go to something that might be totally left field here. Like the Sun's supposed to be very positive, and you've got like a pretty hazy background, pretty dark, you know, feeling. Like it doesn't feel like rejuvenation. Like it doesn't have this really good quality to it, you know. She's yeah, so this one's just a little bit morbid for me. I pretty much like the entire deck. It's just these couple cards that I'm not a huge fan of. Six of Pentacles, yeah, not a huge fan. This one, I think the message was about having enough to be able to share with other people and kind of you know, from that, and you know, and everyone's kind of a win-win, and that's like what this card is about. But it's more her expression of like you know, kind of being a little bit off. So, yeah. Some of the cards are a little more gruesome. So if you don't like the blood thing, then it might be kind of not so good. So the girl is basically eating these treats that are kind of like people almost. These are the cards I really love. Some of my favorites in the deck, and they're a much bigger pile than the negative ones, you know. And I think, you know, it's kind of like that with every tarot deck. We have the ones that we really love, and then there's the ones that just not as much. And, you know, it's hard to get a deck where you like every single picture, you know. That's kind of, it comes once in a while, you know. But I like this one because for me, you know, it kind of almost shows like a positive nature in the sorrow. You know, kind of leaning on friends and having that support from others. I love this card for that. This card I absolutely love as well. Basically, the idea is that these birds in here are your burdens and the things that, like the negative energies that you're holding on to throughout your life, and you're not letting them go. So it's just building and building. So I love that. Not that I endorse that, but just I love the card and just the way that was shown. This one I love that you could be the teacher or you could be the student. So whatever way your eye is drawn to is where I think would be pertaining for that person. So perhaps you're the master in teaching others, or perhaps you're still learning from the master kind of thing, or masters in the area. Lots of beautiful cards, though. This one I absolutely love. It's kind of like follow the trail. It's pretty cool. This is the High Priestess, which is a beautiful, beautiful card. I don't know if you can see it. There. Yeah. And everything is just so quiet. I love that about this card. So it's very hip. And this is all like the twinkly lights of spirit and listening within. It's really hip. This is the Hermit. So I do really like the messages in the book. The messages are awesome in some of these cases of my favorite cards. You know, there's certain cards where it just kind of pushes it a little bit further. The book is really small though, because it's got a few different languages. There's like 5 different languages in here in this little white book. So, you know, the little blurbs are pretty small, but just like a little example, and the reason why I love this card too, I'll read the little excerpt. This is a Fool card, and it says, "March to the beat of your own drum. No one can guide you better than your own heart. Key concepts, individuality, beginnings, and soul progress." So, yeah, so there's just, what's really cool about this deck is she kind of, this is the world. She kind of takes, like, there's some of the ideas of the regular Rider-Waite-Smith kind of essence, and then it's just kind of some of the descriptions of the cards just kind of go a little bit further, and that's why I really love it, because it's just another way to look at the tarot, another way to go kind of deep within yourself. So I think this deck isn't the greatest for beginners. It's definitely one if you've been working with, say, even the Rider-Waite for a while. You know, you can kind of see some of the tips of the hat to the Rider-Waite style, so, or teachings. Yeah, but to like go into this deck as your beginner deck and then try and learn other decks, you know, it would be a lot more difficult. So definitely start with more of a Rider-Waite base, more of a traditional system. And then this is kind of like the after you've done that kind of deck, the intermediate deck, where you've kind of got a good foundation of tarot and understanding of it. And then you can kind of branch and go a little more abstract with the ideas and see where else you can kind of push the bar, so to speak. So in that case, like, oh, this is another really cool. I love this image, like even the bird. It's coming out of the egg. Oh, so cool. Yeah. So it's really hip. It's a really hip deck. It's going to push you a little bit further. You might struggle with it a little bit at first, like me. But, you know, I think, like, even those cards that I showed you, you know, I see hope in them. It doesn't feel like something that I just don't think I'll be able to do. I think they're, with some path working with those cards, specifically, I'll be able to really find my own hidden meanings and understandings of it. So, yeah. Cardstock is really good. It's not as thick as like the Tarot Illuminati. Not as thick as that, but it's not super flimsy, so that's really good. Makes a good bridge, which is awesome. Yeah, standard 78 tarot deck. Does have a few pages for the, let's see, the book here. The book has the first bit, so, and it's 19 pages. So, you know, it's not like a lot, but it's decent. You know, overall, I think this is going to be a great deck to have in the collection. It is an art deck. It's helping to support artists, and I just love that idea, because being an artist myself, so, you know, and I love the artwork, love surreal artwork, which is great. So this is the Nicoletta Ceccoli's deck. I hope this wasn't too negative or anything. I just thought, you know, it's a great deck, great to have. Just some of the cards can be, you know, just kind of a little bit tricky at first. So I think it just takes some time. So to go into it without, you know, knowing that, you know, might be a little bit disappointing. So that's why I say that. And it's not not to knock it. I got it for a reason. It's because I love the art. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really great deck. It's going to push me a little further. So, alright, well, take care, everyone. Hope you like this review. You can like it, share, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, you guys take care and have a wonderful day. See ya. Bye.